Okay, I'm going to give you a very quick explanation about how to do some math on the results. We looked at two cells, an animal cell that came from our cheek, and then we looked at a plant cell that came from a red onion. And so we went ahead, first of all, and started to calibrate what the size was of the entire field of vision. Let's suppose that, therefore, well, why don't we use a pen up here? Great. So you started off at what? 40x. You guys were all under your low magnification. And let's suppose at 40x, what if you saw, I'll make it easy, how about 4 millimeters? So when you put the ruler down there, you could see 4 millimeters. Well, if you went ahead then and raised the magnification to the high power, that would be 400x, right? Okay. What would happen if we had put the ruler under the microscope at 400x? How much would we have seen? Now, it's kind of opposite thinking. You raise the magnification 10 times when you went from 40 to 100. So how much would we see of the ruler? If the magnification went up, we'd actually see less. So if we raise the magnification by 10 times, we would see 1/10. So 0.4, like that, millimeters is what we'd actually see under the microscope. Now that's why we went ahead and did it at the 40x, because if we had put the ruler under a microscope at 400x, it would have been hard to say, oh, well, that's 0.4. I could see that real easily. Okay, so here's our first thing. Based on our first ruler reading, if it was 4 millimeters, the field of vision at 400x under the high power would be 0.4. If you said if it was 5 millimeters here, it'd be 0.5. If it was 3 millimeters, it'd be 0.3, right? Okay. Then you went ahead and looked at the cells under the high power. So let's suppose, if we look at the round circle there, let's suppose the cell kind of looked like that, and there's the nucleus. Okay? We went ahead and said, okay, how many cells, I'm going to ballpark it, do I think it would take to cover the whole field there? Well, if that's the size of 1, maybe that'd be 1, maybe that'd be 1. So I'm going to say on this one, maybe 4 cells, right? Okay, 4 cells. Having trouble writing here. So under the high power, I'm guessing I could have seen 4 cells stretching out across the whole width of that field of vision. But I know now how big the field of vision would be. It'd be 0.4. So that means I can figure out how big is 1 cell. Wow, that's really big. Let's not use that one. Let's use this. How big would 1 cell be? Well, I know that the whole field would be 0.4 millimeters. And I know from my guess, because I stained the cells and I looked at it, it looks like there'd be about 4 cells in here, right? So this is kind of nice that everything came out with 4s for me, so I can really do it. So it would be divided. Every cell would be 0.1 millimeters. Okay? So I'd like you to go ahead and do that calculation for both of your cells, for the animal cell and for the plant cell.